Why do women think the relationship revolves around them? Relationship does revolve around us just like the world revolves around us. Guys, it's not your world, it's ours. You're just living in it. Just a small question. Or to everything where you could have concerned about. You're concerned about why the girls them shave off the eyebrow and dry it on back? I'm not going to lie. I don't know how to justify this one. Because we are really the problem in that scenario. The kind of question that you just want to stir the pot. You want to stir the soup. Come on, lie. We are so innocent, guys, girls. Aren't we not? And it's just like y'all get glorified or accepted, and for us it doesn't. So in this scenario, when I ask him for the explanation, I'm like, yeah, everybody does the same thing, so what's your point? Guys, welcome back to another video with the one and only Jess. Welcome back to another episode of the Clock It series, where we clock some tea in court. Now, in today's video, as you can see by the title, we will be discussing things that men do not understand about women. Last week we did things women do not understand about men, and we had some very interesting, deep, thoughtful questions and feelings that we got down to the bottom of. So if y'all haven't seen that video, please go check that out and come back to today's video after that. So today we are switching it around and we are allowing the men to, get some things off their chest as to what they don't understand about us. So if you are interested, please keep on watching. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications and hit that bell so you do not miss an upload. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, as I said last week, you're gonna grab your drinks, grab your snacks. We're very comfortable today. I just have my foot up. We're chilling, we're vibing. We do have the handy dandy notebook with the questions that these boys gave me. Sorry, these men gave me. And we're just gonna get straight into it. I do not have a lot of guy friends, so I only got questions from two of these lovely male species. The questions do make sense. Some of them just kind of like, bro, and some of them are kind of deep. So we got a mixture of both. In total, we have 7 questions because both of them did and gave a response that was similar. So I just combined it in one. So without further ado, since we did all the chores, let's just get straight into question 1. So question 1, this person asked, why do women think we can read minds? Now, this was a question that was asked last week, when one of my friends asked, why the man them can't read our mind, like them just sit down there and act oblivious. And now a guy is asking, why do we think men should be able to read our minds? And it's not necessarily a read. I wouldn't say it's a physical read mind. Like, obviously, we're not telepathic human beings, but you should be able to read my mind based off of my actions, right? How I am operating around you. It's not for you to sit there and be like, oh, she just have one of her days them. Oh, let me give her space and I'm not talk to her until she get out of that or whatever. You are supposed to simply see how we're behaving. I don't know if explain it, because these questions, women, now we're gonna have to come to the forefront and we're gonna have to justify our actions to these men and let them know what's really tea. I don't think you should see my action and be like, oh yeah, whatever. You're supposed to see that as a sign to be like, seems like she's in a bad mood. Let me see what I can do to enlighten that mood and kind of, bring her up back to her normalcy and have her be on her high vibrational self, right? So yeah, I don't think there's another answer to it. I think us women would agree that you should read our minds. You would have been in a relationship long enough to know how we are, to know how we operate in certain situations, under certain circumstances, so on and so forth. So if you know you're female, you know your woman or your lady, you should be able to pinpoint what, like you see a certain emotion pan her or a certain demeanor, you're like, yeah, she's hungry. Or maybe it's her time of the month. Or maybe she's not really feeling okay. Just a little down day. Let me see what I can help. What I can do to help her, come back to herself. That's it. That's all. I don't know no crazy. I don't know no deep. You guys just should be able to do that. That's your responsibility. Like, get it together. Like, but I don't know what else to tell you. No. Practice. Y'all are men. Y'all been with a lot of women, child. So by the time you get to me, you're supposed to know a 2-2. Just a small question. Read our minds. That's just it. Number 2. Why do women never know what they want to eat? Just a small question. I don't know what I want to ask for saying. And here's why I don't know if I ask that. I think that we are, you know what? I think we're just very emotional. Guys, we're just very emotional, which means our brains be all over the place. So I think that us not really pinpointing what we want to eat a lot of times, we just don't really know. Like, I think it's just what we feel for, but we don't know what we feel for. And I do understand that it can be frustrating because you and a man go out and the man is like, babe, what do you want to eat? And you're like, oh no, I'm gonna know anything. Then when the man start give options, we start get pissed off. Just like, I understand why the man would have irritated, because he's doing his job of asking, okay, you don't know, so let me name out some options and then you stop me when you feel like that's what you want. But then in my name out Taco Bell, let's go by the foreign something them. In name out Taco Bell, like, no. Chick-fil-A, I don't want that. It's too much fry. Oh, McDonald's, oh this. Oh, Panda Express, oh, I don't like Chinese food. Oh, okay, let's go to a sit-down restaurant. Oh, I don't want to sit down. More like, we'll buy something and then we can just go home. It's like, at this point, the man is at his wit's end. So I'm not going to yai. I do understand why men have that question, because, like, why do you not know what you want to eat? There's plenty of options, and when I do list out the options, you guys literally don't know what to answer and say. But I think it boils down to emotions, though. I think we are just all over the place. So when it comes to asking us that, we're not really, I don't know, me put upon emotions. I don't know if you speak to a psychologist or somebody that is a doctor related type thing person, if they would have a more scientific research type of answer. Like maybe it is something deeper than what we think it is, because off of the surface, as Mr. you ask us, sometimes we know because we have a mind pan of food. Like me, I wait how long to get seafood. So if you ask me where we want to eat seafood, boy, come here and wait like how long to get that. But if it's a case where we're not really meddling on the thought of what we want to eat, by the time you ask us, it's like we're not really too sure what we want, child. Anyways, number 3, why do women think the relationship revolves around them? Very good question. And this is what my other guy friend asked me as well, so that's why I just combined both questions in one. Why do we think the relationship revolves around them? Okay, I mean revolves around us. Out of all seriousness, I strongly believe that it stems from like us being the center of attention in a lot of things. So let's say, for example, Valentine's Day and your wedding, right? Those are seen as a female-centered event or events, right? Those are seen as female-centered events. So when it's Valentine's Day, the men are buying the girls the roses, the teddy bears, the chocolates, the big setup, the Valentine cards, like the whole spiel, right? When it comes to a wedding, you not hear no man say, oh, it's my big day, whatever, right? You always hear them say it's the woman's big day. It's her dream wedding. She's been waiting all her life, whatever. You not hear no man say, oh, when I was 10, I knew what my dream wedding was going to be like. No man not dream that, no man not think about wedding. Half the men on this planet don't even want to married. Right? So they're not dreaming or having an idea of decor and the venue and whatever. That is typically the woman's thought process. So even when it comes to that, the woman is getting her wedding hair, the wedding nails, the wedding makeup, the dress. Like, even though the men are participating or assisting in the planning of the wedding, like, okay, what decorating people are we gonna book? What's the venue? What's the catering? Because obviously we have pool of money for by purchase the stuff them. So the man is involved, but decor wise, like the more intricate logistics of it is always the woman that's just decorating it, because that is her vision and that is what she wants. So I think incorporating or keeping those factors in mind, I think that when it comes to a relationship, the woman carry that same mindset. Like, we just think everything is about us. You are pursuing us, you are courting us, dating us, all these things. It's almost like we are little birds. And in the animal kingdom, like the male birds, them perform and dance and do one bag of things for like attract the woman, the female bird, and if she into it, she into it, and if she not, she not. So I just think of it like that. Like, you guys are male birds and you have to do all these stuff to get our attention and keep our attention. So I think that's where the mindset comes from. Like, we're just like, okay, we're gonna sit back and we're gonna be the girls, and you get up and be the man, and you do everything that you're supposed to do, and the relationship just revolve around us, just like the world revolves around us. Guys, it's not your world, it's ours. You're just living in it. I'm talking about in it. Exactly. That's the only reasonable reason I can come up with, is keeping in mind the Valentine's Day and the wedding. Like, it's just considered our day, and it's not that we are overshadowing you men. I can see why it could look like overshadowing or putting you guys on the back burner, but I think it is the connotation that gets put upon those type of events. So when it comes to the relationship, we just also feel like we are the center of attention. You're putting on a show for us and to keep us in the relationship and keep the same energy we introduced to us from the beginning. Relationship just revolve around us. Is that an issue? If it is, you can leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Like, number 4. Why, first of all, this is so petty for ask. Why shave off your eyebrows and then draw them back on? You never have no other question to ask me? Like, out of everything where you could have concerned about, you're concerned about why the girls them shave off the eyebrow and draw it on back? Let me give you my explanation. No, some women aren't born with thick, luscious brows, right? AKA me. My eyebrow them thick, but they're not like thick. So some of us have hair that's full to the middle, and by the time you get to the end, you wonder them scattergun and mobile, right? So when we're wearing our makeup, obviously we tend to fill in the brows with the brow pencil, the brow gel, yada yada yada. So yeah. Then you have some girls who literally don't have a tail at the end. Like, it's just scarce to the point where there's nothing barely there. So for them, it's like, if there's nothing barely there, but the front, the roots, or the beginning part of the eyebrow is full, let's just shave off from the middle to the end where nothing barely is anyways. And then they draw in and fill in the pencil to the shape that they want. Because when your eyebrow is scarce and hair barely is there, there's not really a shape to define your face. You know what I mean? Like, there's no arch. So it's like, just cut off the rest of whatever going right there. So keep the beginning, fill it in, and then draw your arch with the pencil. And then that's it. Some persons do brow lamination, brow tinting, micro needling, all those stuff to draw in strokes of hair, which is basically using like a brown gel or something close to your eyebrow color shade. So that way it looks like you're actually drawing strokes of hair to fill in. And that's just really it. Some of we just blessed with full, thick, luscious hair, maybe like Indian people or hairy people. I don't know, people just have one bag of hair in them eyebrow. And they have some of us that just don't have enough, so you have to fill it in and we look cute. And then at the end of the day, you wipe it off and Our eyebrow ain't not there. So if you can't love her with the eyebrow off, you cannot appreciate when it's on, sir. You have to love us in all of our glory. That's just the beauty of makeup. And also, some people do have eyebrows and they do love the shape, but I realize a lot of people like the 90s look. Exhibit A, my little sister. Because when we did a Jamaica the other day, why this little girl like come talk about what if you shave off her eyebrow clean and then draw it on, like draw back the thin line with the black eyebrow pencil, so it gives like the 90s look. And I'm just like, Kadeen, you serious? I'm like that. But see, you're gonna look ugly, girl. you're gonna look weird. She's like, no. And I'm like, it's not everybody that it's going to fit though. And she's like, you won't know if it's going to fit until you try. But I'm just not risking it because eyebrow hairs do take long to grow back. Like, you ever mess up your eyebrow or somebody do your eyebrows and then mess it up and the shape just mess up for life, or something go wrong? Yeah, no. But that's one reason though. People want a specific look or like that 90s look, and you cannot achieve it with your own eyebrow. I mean, you possibly can if you shave it down as thin as possible, but some people just shave it completely off and then draw it back in with a pencil, right? Puss and dog have the same look. Everybody have their own cup of tea, but I think that's the reason why some people just shave it and draw it back, sir. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Number 5 that we are clocking on the docket today is, why do women love to eat our food? Because it tastes better. I'm not going to lie, I don't know how to justify this one, because it's really an epidemic. We are really the problem in that scenario, because I know for a fact there is 1,000,001 men on this planet that have that same exact question. Because let's paint the picture. You and the woman go out on a date, or just going out for grab a bite. And you order food, she order her food. But when the food come and the drinks, she tastes your drinks. Oh, this tastes good. Like, you know, just one taste, oh, yours tastes different from hers. But then the food part, no. She can go picking at the food for taste it. Now all of a sudden she's switching up plate. So I do understand your frustration. I do understand your concern, but I really don't know why we do it. It's just a thing that makes us special. Y'all love it here. We don't really complain. So just act like it doesn't happen. You know, I just so stay, sir. I just so stay. We just have that thing about us, and that's what makes us stand out in society. Yeah. Or like if you are leaving the house and you're like, okay babe, I'm about to go, do you need anything? And she's like, no. Like, do you want me to stop and buy your food? She's like, no, I'm good. Tell me why you come back from McDonald's with your fries, no everything, and the girl start digging your fries. The girl start digging your fries and you say, but wait, mom, hello, hi, before I left the house, I said to you, I asked you, did you want anything? And you said no. Now I'm come back with my fries and my burger and my chicken nuggets. Yeah, and my medium-sized fries. You eat all 3 of my nuggets already. Yeah, we're the problem there. We're the problem there. I really don't have a justification as to why we do that. I wouldn't say the food tastes better. I think it's just a thing about us. We just like to eat food. We like to dip in and be like, oh, this tastes good. Swap the plate. I don't know. Any other woman want to comment down below? Come to the front, clear our names. Don't make it look bad. Tell them why we actually do it. Because I think it's just fun. That's just what we do. It's our thing. You know, when you look at men, you can be like, oh, that's their thing. You can look at women and be like, oh, I understand. Like, it's a question, but I could do without an answer. I know why they do this specific thing. That's just that. Now, on to the next friend. He gave me 3 questions, but as I said, one of them was the same as the question from the other guy, so that's why I'm gonna combine them. So for him to question them now. Number 1, why do y'all lie so much? Are you sure you're in the right video? Did you not see the question I gave you, sir? Are you sure you're mixing up the gender? Because I only two right. We mean why we lie so much. Y'all are the epitome of liars. When the lie true, no? Yellow tea. Now that I said in the last week video, una lie. The way I wanna lie for free, it might as well somebody pay you guys to lie. We lie? We don't lie or una lie. If we lie to people, like in general, it's probably like a white lie, like oh my god, whatever. But in terms of a relationship, I think it's a strategy to the lying. I think it is a strategy to the lying. We have a reason to lie when it comes to certain things in a relationship. I think men lie knowing that the lie is a lie. They convince themselves that it is the truth. So by the time they come to us with the lie, when we ask them something, they expect us to be convinced as well. I already know what you did. I already know what you said. So you coming to lie to me, it's just me just watching you just talking in vain because I already know what going from when I go on. But we don't lie as much as you guys lie. What kind of question that? You just want to stir the pot? You want to stir the soup? Come on, a lie. We are so innocent, guys, girls, aren't we not? We are not liars. And as I say, if we do lie, it is just for the general public. We don't lie to men. Why would we lie? There's nothing to lie about. There's nothing to lie about. We're gonna just go to one and tell them what needs to be said off the dome. Why we have nothing to hide? Trans? Just a small too. Do we have anything to hide? No, we don't. There's no reason to lie to y'all. We are so straightforward, and y'all are not used to straightforward, so y'all think we're lying, but we're not lying, guys. We're not lying. We never do. We never lie. We just talk to y'all and tell y'all what it is from what it isn't. Set the record straight. On the lie. So the fact that you're saying why we lie so much, I don't know what girls you encountered, boo, but at the wrong batch I get, my youth. At the wrong batch I get. And the last question, very quick, very short, but the last question that he asked me, which is such, you know what? Anyways, why do y'all think being a HOE solves a man's problems? And I was not like clear on that question at first, so I had to ask him to elaborate. And he said that he sent a voice note and he said when a woman breaks up, right, when a breakup happens or something are going in our relationship and the woman just decides to say, yeah, all right, this is it, it's like after that she goes and be a HOE. So she go and just feel like the solution is to be with multiple men and just do our thing. And then he also said men also do the same thing, right? We feel like, all right, after a breakup or a woman deal with you a certain way, you say, you know what, woman crosses, so here what me gonna do, deal with a bag of them. And I'm like, exactly. So the same thing that men do, the same thing that women do. So everybody's doing the same thing, so nobody can be mad at anybody. I just gave my point where I said to him that when men do something, whether it's lying, whether it's cheating, whether it's HOE, all over the place, just hoeing around town, I want to come back to we and bottom like, oh my god, I didn't mean it. Forgive me. My Shayla. When I do all of that dramatic performance and the pantomime, one will be like, I forgive you, for you have sinned, right? When a woman is living that type of lifestyle now, una class her, call her the B word, say she run through, she this, she that. But if me say you run through and you this and that, y'all be arguing back with us. Why do you argue back with us? Because you already have it in your mind or probably in history that this is the nature of men. This is what men do. Them have one bag of woman, and I said them calling in the Bible like the concubines and all them little, back then men had a lot of women. But if you saw a woman with a lot of men, is like, oh, she's a HOE and she's a SLUT and all these spellings. And it's just like, y'all get glorified or accepted, and for us it doesn't. So in this scenario, when I ask him for the explanation, I'm like, yeah, everybody does the same thing, so what's your point? And you literally said to me that men also do the same thing as well. When a relationship is done or it's kind of going, off, wanna just say, you know what, forget this. Time for my whole life or whatever. I wanna go and date a bunch of people. But to answer the question of why do women think it's okay to be a HOE and that solves a man's problem, it doesn't solve a man's problem. Actually, nobody should be hoeing around or doing all of that or think that that is a solution to an issue. If you break up, you break up, and you can just go back and date again and then find one more person again. People who just want to date multiple, or let me answer from this thing. Females who want to date multiple men and sleep with multiple men at once in their HOE phase, that's just on them. That's their lifestyle. I cannot answer deeply because I cannot relate to that question or to that scenario. However, I don't think it is right for either men or women to live that type of lifestyle. If a relationship is going to the train wreck, okay, let it and it end and whatever. Or if it's a breakup, you go one way, you go your way, take a break, solitude, heal, and then you go back into the dating field again. I really cannot give an answer as to why women think that solves a man's problems or solve their problem. That's just what they want to do, and they have to figure that out. I don't really have nothing else to say towards that. Yeah, guys. That's the end of the video. Very quick, very short, to the point. Let me know what you guys think of these men's questions. Were they good questions? Were they bad questions? Did I answer them right? Did they really call us out for nothing? What we don't know about ourselves already? Not really. I don't know what them gonna try for do, but them can't clown we and down we. We're ever gonna up on top like the sky. But let me know what you guys think of today's episode. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And I will try to put out another episode again next week. These first 2 episodes were just in light of me not having my friends around. They don't live here. So big up to Shana K for giving me the idea of like asking my friends the responses and reading the responses here, since I don't have like, cause any of my friend them did there, you would have see the guys them in a one video and the girls them in a one video, like the interactive group talking, break down the questions. But I think I did very well with using the responses to kind of make it more like, So let me know what you guys think. Leave the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in another episode. Bye.